The Citadel feature is one requested guide you guys have been asking for, and today in the Sneaky Army, I've answered you guys. Yes, we're here in this brand new up-to-date video guide on the castle facilities area, how you should be honestly approaching it so you can maximize the most out of this, especially if you're a lower spender and a free-to-play player. And then if you're a spender, it's gonna be a little bit different, but I will try to address you guys two all in one video, right? So smash like, comment, and subscribe, and let's just dive into today's video. So the first thing is how to unlock the castle facilities. I need to explain that, so a lot of you guys don't obviously write in the comment section what are you guys on about, because I don't have this feature. Well, in the town center, you need to upgrade this building to level 26. Once you unlock it to 26, you will then need to proceed to advance into the glorious age. And once you complete that, you will have access then to the facilities area in the castle feature. So when you open this, you can start to see this brand new menu. And there's 3 new areas that you're going to be working on, which is the mercenary camp area that we're going to discuss, Citadel renovations, which we're going to discuss, and then the final one is new research institute, which we can't showcase, but it is basically the same thing as Citadel renovation, but inside your tech tree, which we're going to explain anyway, right? You'll get access to this tree that has a red side and a blue side, and these do work independently from each other, but we will go more in depth on that. And to progress through your castle facilities, you need technique points, and you can earn technique points from completing either events that sometimes pop up here for your account, which will earn you 200 technique points for completing it, as well as your exploration. If you jump into your exploration, that's going to allow you for every gold completion mission and purple scoutable mission, you're going to earn some technique points. This will start from level 15, and then at level 20 you cap out, and then the roads at level 20 give you 12 technique points per gold and then 6 per scout one. So just work 2 below each one of those, and that kind of works out on the technique points, how much you earn at previous levels, right? So now we've gone through that, let's explain what you need to do, the basics things that you need to do, right? So let's just discuss the facilities area first, and then we'll discuss to do the mercenary camp and then a Citadel renovations, right? So in this area, as I discussed earlier, it is independent from each other. And what I mean by that is the red side is one section and the blue side is a separate section, meaning wherever you choose to progress is gonna progress that side alone. So if we look at the training ground, you can see this is a really good one, and I would recommend everyone to go for this first. When you go for it, it gives you training speed, right? The next one will give you some training capacity, but in order to unlock the armament enhancement or even this tactical evasion here above my head, we need to get 5 out of 10 on the previous ones, right? So we need to get 5 out of 10 on both of these in order to unlock the next tree. And this is the same for the other side. So if you look at the stone workshop, you're going to need to get 5 out of 10 for both of the previous ones above. Same with the gold workshop, same with the infirmary, same with the emergency care, right? And by doing this, you will work down towards the bottom, and then that'll be 1 tree completed, and then you will work on the second tree, and that will unlock the ability, as you'll see there, to unlock the second segment of Citadel renovation, right? So I'm going to give you guys some tips and tricks here on where to invest your technique points, because there is a massive save that you can do, as well as some do's and don'ts that we've learned along the way, right? So the first thing is your mercenary camp. You will put 1 point into this straight away, and we will discuss about where to put your first contract in a second. But for the large majority of you guys watching this video, I will say right now, 2 contracts is enough. It sounds crazy at first, but hear me out. With 2 contracts, you are honestly spending the minimal needed, because you can run in Battle of Dawn, Wonder Contest, right, and other game modes that might be coming out in the future, 2 formations maximum. So if you can run 2 formations maximum, you might as well just run 2 different mercenaries. And depending on your account, if you are trying to be a pike main or a cavalry main or archer main, meaning you only rock one type of unit alone and you specialize in that unit alone, one contract can actually be a really good call with the right pick, right? So this is where you can save a bunch of technique points, because as you can see now, even for myself, if I want to get that 5 mark, it's going to cost me 1.2k technique points, and that is a ton of technique points, especially when you look at stuff like the training hall that needs 375 for the next one, and then it'll probably go up to like 400 and something for the next one, and then these ones are only 150, so I can easily start popping both of these with that same currency, right? So you could actually save a bunch of technique points by not doing what I have done, which is 4 out of 8, because I don't think you need 4 mercenary contracts unless you're a bit of a spender in game and you have the ability to run 3 or 4 marches that are different unit types in the open field. That means you've got heroes of all 3 stars or above, you've got some decent gear, and you've got signet rings to actually equip to all of those marches, right? So that's why you only need to get 1 or 2 contracts at the beginning, and then later down the line, once you've powered up, maybe once you've got those extra formations completed, you will then go in here and get your 3rd and 4th ones, right? So hope that explains a lot. Another thing is try to do one thing, which is keep on one side. One mistake I have done, and I've owned up to it on either my channel during live streams, is I accidentally put 1 point into woodworking. I honestly don't need this because it's 10% extra wood, and I generate a ton of wood already, and I can farm it really easily, as you guys know, in the game. So you don't really need to do this. However, with those points, I could have possibly almost got trading hall readied, right? But you can see I've done milling workshop 2, which is at 30%. This is one thing where at first I thought this was going to be a mistake, but the more I have been doing this, I've actually been enjoying it, and I would not recommend this to the majority of players. This is the only reason I'm doing this, is because you get 50% extra food production speed. And what that does is, if you can kind of click up onto this little resource bar, you can go to the production details of your account, and you can see in my Citadel alone, with that boost, I am generating 136,000 an hour. And that's just from my buildings, right? And that's because I've taken that 40%, and when I hit the 50%, it's going to be even more, right? It's going to be around 140, 150k an hour, which is crazy value, because as you guys should know, in this game, training, healing, you name it, all cost food, right? You need food. So that's the one thing I have done. It's a little bit off meta. I wouldn't recommend it for you guys, but you can try that out if you want to, right? The main recommendation that I'm going to suggest for you guys to do straight away is put 1 or 2 mercenary contracts tops. 1 or 2. Pick 1 or 2. From here, you're going to go to the red side, and you're going to work on the red side first, and I'm going to explain what you're going to be doing on either spending level, right? So the first thing you need to do is training. No matter what, training ground is the #1 for all players. Increasing your training speed even by 2% doesn't sound much, but at level 5, that's a 10% training speed increase for all your unit buildings. And on top of this, right, when you go to training hall, this is only troop capacity. Well, guess what? This training speed is actually going to be benefiting this even better now. Having 5 extra troops doesn't seem like much, but when you reduce that by 10%, it is a nice little bundle. I would always go for the speed over the capacity, because I always think training speed is more important. Think about it. Reducing your training speed means less speed ups need to be used. We're all winning. We're all winning. We're all happy with that, right? So #1, training ground. #2, training hall. Now, this is where things are going to be a little bit different, and this could be controversial. Some people might disagree, but this is my opinion again. On your spending level, if you're a free-to-play player or you're a low spender, I personally think you take tactical evasion first, because at the end of the day, you're not as strong as the other players in the game, and you know that, and you can accept that. And if you can accept that, putting this at 5 out of 10 first is going to benefit your account way more than anyone else, because you're reducing the amount of deads, right? The loss rate reduction by 5%. And it might not sound like much, but over time, those troops matter. And if someone else does not have this, you'll notice you will have more troops over time than they do. So this is why I would always go 5 out of 10 for tactical evasion. And then you want to go for your elimination rate for a free-to-play or super low spender in game. Now, it's the complete opposite what I have just said for a bigger spender. So if you are medium spending and big spending, you're a kraken in the game, you've got to look at it differently, right? You've got to think, well, my march is already stronger than most people's out there. So if I fight these people, I'm not really generating that many losses. So to take advantage of that, I might as well do more elimination rates, generate more merits, get more rewards for my account. So this makes it infinitely better for you, right? So this is where it's a little bit of a flip around on depending on your spending level in game. Now, from here we move to the last 3, and this is where I again have one way that I would do this no matter what, and that is armor depot first. Some people might not like this, but the fact that if you get your armor depot first, you're going to have a 10% all unit type defense buff increase. And in Age of Empires Mobile, you really don't get that much defense. It's really hard to reduce or increase your defense, right? Or reduce damage taken. And that's why stuff like the Tranquil Water Signet Ring is so good and so powerful, because it's a really good reduction of damage. So I would always go down the old unit types defense first, get this 10%, because the other one is attack. And we already have enough damage. I'm going to be honest, you have so much damage and attack in game, especially with the elimination rate increase already. You don't need the attack, right? In my eyes. And this is even for a spender. If your troops as a T7 maxed out account has more defense over your enemies, you'll notice your troops will actually last out longer, allowing you to outtrade them over time, meaning you do win in fights. So this is where I like the defense on things over the attack. Then once you get the defense, you will grab the attack anyway. That's 5 out of 10, and finish up on unit health. That will be the red tree completed for both sides of the players. If you follow what I've said there, I think you should be pretty happy with how your units will feel on the open field. And then we've got the blue side, and the blue side is really easy, because on the blue side, as you guys have guessed it, you will be maxing out that milling workshop first to 5 out of 10. You need the food production speed. This is key in order to heal, in order to train, and just keep pushing power in this game. So you want this 5 out of 10. Then you want to get your woodwork to 5 out of 10. Then I would get my gold to 5 out of 10. And the reason I'd get my gold 5 out of 10 is you do need this for research speed. And obviously, when you go into the research speed section, which is part of the mercenary part, almost there, guys, I know, you will see why you're going to need it, because it is a very costly resource. Even when you're still a T6 player like myself, gold is a very expensive resource for research. So you kind of just want gold for that purpose, right? If you've done all your tech and you don't really care, it doesn't matter which one you get out of the gold or stone. I'm going to be real with you. Then we get into emergency care and infirmary expansion. And this is where we're going to take the exact same ideology as the training. Emergency care is just going to be infinitely stronger. 4%. Just think. That means at level 5, you get a 20% increase in healing speed, meaning all those healing speeds that you've been using currently, and a lot of people have been obviously wanting more healing speeds in the game because there's just not that many for them. Well, this is going to help you out, right? And having that reduction means less speed ups are being used. So this is why it's very important to get this 5 out of 10 first, and then, as you can guess it, it's going to be extra capacity. So afterwards, you can get this 5 out of 10. It's going to give you 10,000 extra hospital capacity. It's okay. It's nothing crazy to go, ranting and raving about, but it helps, right? Compared to the emergency care, which is very good for your account. And then you'll be in the chamber of harvest. And once you've done that, guys, you will be in the Citadel renovation, where you will be able to unlock the ability to renovate levels above 1 level. Each point in the Citadel renovation allows you to renovate buildings in 1 level increments, which I'm going to explain very shortly too. I just want to finish this last section off and then we can move on. So when you're here, once you've done this, you're going to be in the red and blue side. I would again do the exact same thing. I would focus on the red side first, and then do your blue side, and then you will then final off with the new research institute. When it comes to the red side, this is going to be different depending on your account. So I'm going to try and address this for you guys the best way I can. If your main 2 formations, right, and I'm always going to say 2 formations because most people are going to be running 2 superpower formations in their account, then have maybe 3rd and 4th okay and building on marchers, right? So your first 2 marchers could be, for an example, you could be running like tacticians, so you could be running like Hannibal and Sun Tzu as 2 different formations, right? You could be running maybe warriors and you're going down Mulan and Lubu, or you're running down even like warrior pikemen and Lubu, or warrior pikemen and archers, right? You could be running down a variety of different ways. Whatever way you're running, you will always 5 out of 10 your main stat. So what I mean by this, if you're a warrior player, you always deal might damage. So you will 5 out of 10 your hero's might first. Once you've done this, I would recommend getting your armor 5 out of 10, and then get your strategy 5 out of 10 to complete it, getting your attributes. The reason I'm saying this is your main marchers, like your Lubus, like your Mulans that you might be using in that open field, and even like your Miyamotos, all rely on might damage, and they honestly do not care that much about strategy. So you don't need to start putting points into a stat that you're wasting, right? You're wasting points into a stat there is no need. And some people don't like armor, but guess what? Having extra armor is way more beneficial than a wasted stat that you don't need on your main marches. And that's the point. Now it's the opposite, right? If you're running Hannibal marches, you're running Suleiman marches, you're running Ramses, you're running, who else is there? Sun Tzu, Hannibal. I'm trying to think. There's loads, right? If you're running strategy-based heroes, you're going to be doing the opposite, right? You'll Hall of Wisdom 5 out of 10 first, then you'll get your armor second, and then you'll go and get your might third. And it's the exact same reason. Your Sun Tzu wants as much strategy as he can, so when he nukes them, right? He doesn't want to care about the might bonus because there's not really that great might scaling in the kits, right? It's a strategy-based hero. Specialize on what you're doing. So when it comes to the red ones, again, all I'm trying to say to you guys, specialize or pick the Hall of Power or the Hall of Wisdom, whichever one fits your main 2 power marchers first, then get your armor, then get the other one. Then on the blue side, I would always get my research speed first. It sounds crazy, but it will make sense in a moment. Research speed is going to be super important on your account, even if you've completed your research and you're a T7 player and you're working backwards. There's going to be more research on the horizon that you're going to be using, because this is going to give you a 10% increase, which is great for free. And then you'll get your 10% building, 10% forging, and get that brand new category unlock, which will allow you to, I believe, upgrade your actual heroes. This will be the main attributes. This will also increase their levels over time and a variety of different mechanics. I will make a new video in the future showcasing specifically the research institution so you can see what this third category looks like, so it's not overwhelming in today's video, right? So that is the castle facilities completed, right? So if you followed through that section now, when you come out of here, you should understand what we're doing, right? We've gone through here, and the only things we've got to talk about is the mercenary camps, the Citadel renovation, and obviously the tech, which I can't show, but you understand now why. So when we go into the mercenary camps, let's do this. If you've only picked 1 or 2 contracts, what are going to be your mercenary choices? Well, when you come over and build your mercenary camp, if you don't know, you just need to press your little house button and go into your military option, and it will be here. And you can just build this anywhere you want on the map, and once you've built it, you can hire mercenaries. So that very first segment, the very top one that I was talking about in the facility option, if you've unlocked 1, what is going to be your main one, right? This is going to be a very hot topic in the comment section, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, my channel will be doing mercenary testing in the future, right? At the current time, we don't personally know what is the best mercenaries. What we're going by is what people are using and what people are feeling out at the moment. And these are the 4 that I have picked, and I'll give you my reasoning why. It's up to you if you want to use your contract straight away or wait for more information, right? The first thing is infantry. Infantry is a no-brainer. If you are an infantry main, pick Japanese Samurai. Why? You want the active skill increase chance. This is going to allow your Miyamoto, Tribuana, Yodit, if you are running King Arthur or Constantine and those type of marches, and future, obviously, marches in the infantry role, you're given that activation chance. It gives you consistency to keep, obviously, machine gunning, blasting those guys down with the combo of the Miyamoto, the Trib, and the Yodit, for example, right? The next one that we're going to go is the Indian Bar Elephant. Absolutely kings of double attacks, because you are allowing your, troops just to naturally have this 5% chance of launching 2, which gives them an ability to crit. And if it crits, you can imagine with Lubu, as it recommends here, really, really good. This also could be really good for even a Hannibal march. It sounds crazy, but think about it. If your Hannibal has a chance of launching 2 normal attacks each turn, and he might have missed the double attack state, guess what? You've just given him that ability back. So you have the chance of still stealing as many stats as you can and dealing as much damage as you can, right? So it's a really good one for that. Even Sid, right? You can put Sid in this march, and Sid would allow him, without the double attack skill equipped now, to have the ability to almost pop you for that 400 second strike skill twice a time, right? Which is bonkers when you think about the damage output. So really good choice that you can pick there. Swiss Pikeman, I like this one because it's defense penetration for Pikeman. This is for turn-based and passive damage. So even martial Pikemen, like a Julius Caesar, Octavian, and Tamiris comp, could take advantage of the Swiss Pikeman quite easily. If you're running Ramcab, easily take advantage of it. Bushra, you can take advantage of it. It sounds crazy. I know it's only passive damage, but any combination of these martial or pikeman heroes, as you guys will be running, will enjoy having defense penetration on their main DPS heroes. Then going into the Korean archers, and the reason I like these guys is the same reason as the infantry. It gives you that activation chance on secondary strike skills. So even if you're a Mulan player like me, that gives your secondary strike skills that 1% extra to trigger. And it doesn't sound like much, but the more consistency you have over more fights and over a longer period, you will be doing more damage and just dealing more damage with your march. So that's the reason that I like Korean archers. But there is as well the Persian immortals for infantry. This increases your skill damage, so you can hit like a truck. You can see the Byzantine cataphracts are the cavalry equivalent. They will allow you to just hit like a truck. If we go into the javelins, right, the Roman centurions for the pikemen, again, if you've not guessed it, the exact same, but this increases all troops hero skill damage by 2%. Guess what? The exact same as before, and then finishing it off with the chariots with the exact same ability. So you can see these 4 mercenaries all have the same ability. They are very safe. They do increase your damage output, and I'll be honest with you, you can't really go wrong with either one of these mercenaries on your march, but we will be doing tests to confirm what is the best mercenaries for what march. So just look out for that video and live stream when we're able to do it. Now, coming into the mercenary area, there is the mercenary techniques to finish it up. And this is where we were saying research is going to be important. Even having that research speed in the Citadel facility is going to benefit your account, because the training mercenary area has a stage 1 and a stage 2 area once you've completed so much progress on the stage 1. And what this allows you to do is actually empower those mercenaries. So my Korean archers, on top of the obviously being T6 or T7, whatever they are, and all the stats they have, those mercenaries exclusively have extra counter damage dealt. They also have damage bonus. They have reduction counter damage taken. They have attack bonus. They have defense bonus and health. And this is the same for cavalry, pike, and infantry. So whatever main march you are going to be picking, well, guess what? You're going to follow that main tree, right? So you're going to try and 1 out of 5 all of them if you want to. You could ignore maybe the top one, but I like just to have all of them, because if you are dealing counter damage dealt, that's really good too against people that are just hitting you naturally, right? So if you work on your main march, get them all 1, then get them all 2, then get them all 3, you can then work on maybe once you've unlocked your 2nd or 3rd mercenary unit, you can then work on theirs and get theirs 1 out of 5, 1 out of 5, 1 out of 5. The thing I am doing, if you're wondering what I am personally doing, I am getting 1 out of 5 on all of my mercenaries first. And once I've got 1 out of 5 on all of them, I should have my main formations built up strong enough so that I can know that's going to be my main specific march. And then I will 5 out of 5 that one. So it could be the cavalry or the archers for me specifically, right? So that kind of gives you an introduction to this area, why it's important and why you need the research speed for it. And yes, you will be using research speed ups in order to speed up things, right? On top of that, right, we've now got, if we go back into the Citadel area, because we've talked about the mercenary count now, let's talk about the Citadel renovations, because every time you upgrade this, you're going to allow your buildings to renovate to an increased maximum level, and that maximum level goes to level 5. And at the moment, those renovations are pretty important depending on what you want for your account. I can give you a few examples right now. Town Center is a pretty good one for PvP. This is going to give all units attack an extra 5%, and this is increased at each level. So it's 5%, 10, 15, 20, 25. Really good, right? So no matter what, you know, if I build this, everything is going to get buff. As you can imagine now, depending on whatever march you're going to be running, your barracks, right? Each individual barracks, so the archery range, the stable, the swordsman, and the pikeman, all when they are level 30, also can be renovated, and those renovations will increase the potential or the damage output, how good that specific unit is. So you want to, again, kind of go down that route and make sure you go and upgrade it. We can kind of showcase it into this video, but we'd have to kind of upgrade this gold mine and go through that whole shebang, but it'll be a long task, right? So we don't want to add on more time. The really important one, as you guys have been seeing so far, we're going to be needing research, right? Research is going to be an important one, because when you go into the university, at the moment, yes, I'm researching my military and we've got our economy tree, but with the Citadel feature, you will unlock a 3rd area, and this 3rd area is going to increase your main heroes levels. It's going to be in attributes. It can do all sorts of stuff when you're in there, and I will make a video specifically on that as well when it comes out. But as you can guess, when we renovate the good old university, you're getting 3% research speed. And again, this is massive when you are looking at the grand scheme of things. Even if you can get this to level 2 or level 3, you're having a 6%, 9% increase in research speed. So all of those mercenary bonuses that you're trying to research over here is going to be that little bit cheaper, right? And it's going to all add up. And that's what I am personally doing as well. It's kind of going into my plan, which I was leaning into now, is what I would suggest. What would I suggest when it comes to renovating and the techniques, right? Because we've kind of explained already, if you're trying to hire a mercenary, pick the one mercenary that's main for your main formation, then pick the second one that's good for your second formation. Then when it comes into the mercenary techniques, obviously 1 out of 5 the main 2 that you're going to be using, and then 5 out of 5 the main one that you're going to be finishing off with. But what you could also do, right, is if you're 1 out of 5 in all of the trees, like I am going to be doing, that is basically buying you as much time as possible to get to the renovation state. So then again, this university could be renovated first, and if it's renovated first, would allow you again just to get things done quicker and cheaper. So that's kind of my go-to route. I'm going to get my renovated university done first, then I'm going to get like my main barracks done second, then I'm going to be doing my town center third. There is other buildings that you can renovate as well. So the blacksmith is another building that will increase, I think, your forging. That's a really good one. All of your stuff like your houses can as well. So if you look at your house, when you renovate, this increases the building production boost of villagers. If you look in any of your kind of quarries and stuff, when these are level 30, so if I, just for argument's sake, and we will just do it for just to round up this video, if we go to the 29 upgrade here, and we just speed up something. So if we just speed up this quickly on video, go and upgrade upgrade that gold mine, you'll see here this is going to allow us to renovate it, and when it's renovated, because it's max level now, right, we're going to be able to increase the production speed even further. So that's for each of your buildings too. For your resources, I would say, as you guys can guess, your farms are going to be the number one. You want level 30 farms as fast as possible, renovate them as fast as possible, and you'll notice, like I've always got food now. I'm always high on food, and I'm not having to worry about it as much compared to my other 3, which can easily farm anyway, right? So hopefully that has been a really good guide for you guys, and that is the whole castle facilities area explained in my way for you, right? Remember, get 1 or 2 mercenary camps, work on the left side first, go training ground into trading hall, into tactical evasion if you're a free-to-play low spender first, and then get your armament enhancement. Otherwise, if you're a spender, flip it around and get this first, and then get your lost invasion, then get depot, then get armory, get shelter, come over to the blue side, complete the blue side as we've said in the video, get your renovations, work down the bottom, and go vice versa. And in order to do that, you are going to be needing to grind all of your good old exploration in order to do so, as well as been doing your event that will be popping up giving you 200. Yes, you can as well, just to add it into the video for the spenders, buy technique points. In here there is packs that allow you to do it. You can see technique points limited that gives you 75, £2.69. I'm not buying any of these, even though a lot of people are, just to get the boost there done and dusted. But that's it. That's everything you're gonna need in today's video, guys. Hopefully I've explained everything the best I can for you guys, so if you're a low spender, if you're a free to play, even if you're a big spender, what is the best route to go. And as you guys know, in the future, look out for the video when we test every mercenary pro player against all of the different formations in the game, so you know exactly which mercenary is actually the best in game, and not just go by people's opinions and people's word like mine and like other people's that we're doing at the moment, because we need to just obviously get some real hands down testing done for you on video. So if you enjoyed it, smash like, comment, and subscribe. Until the next video, guys, stay safe, stay sneaky, peace out.